Hello everyone, this is Race Base here again with the demo for Star Trek Voyager Across the Unknown, a part of the Steam Next Fest, and I've been enjoying it. It's been fairly smooth so far, and we are here with the away mission with Neelix, B'Elanna, and Tuvok on Ocampa, and well, I mean, it's been mostly like the series so far, so it's been pretty easy to go through it. I understand the mechanics. They're somewhat familiar from other games as well. So there's nothing super innovative as far as the general mechanics. It's very comfortable going through it. And yeah, I'm hoping that the story, we eventually get more varied missions. There is an aspect to this that is sort of like Mass Effect in that we're sending our ship to various locations and conducting missions. The only difference is that instead of physically going around with our character shooting things, we are doing things like this, which does allow for more flexibility. As I said at the end of the previous video, it means that hopefully we aren't just shooting things. Of course, in Mass Effect also there were more diplomatic sort of missions, but anyway, so we can have Neelix do the introduction, and that will get us some, I guess that's morale points? I don't know. Let's try that. We're going to approach people here. Okay, Neelix bounds forward, greeting the Kazon Ogla in his usual boisterous manner. The women and children seem to recognize him, but their expressions are skeptical rather than welcoming. The men approach cautiously, weapons in hand. Tall Kazon emerges from the settlement, Jabin, their leader. At the sight of Neelix, I don't remember how to pronounce the leader's name. At the sight of Neelix, his face darkens. In the background, a badly bruised young woman who looks nothing like the Kazon, but more like a human with pointy ears, appears around the corner. Well, there he is. That's practically a screenshot from the series, right? Seems like the Kazon don't find Neelix as charming as he led us to believe. How should we appease them, Captain? Demonstrate strength. We can do that. Assure them you have no bad intention, where we get more art things. Well, but Neelix is fatigued, so maybe we should demonstrate strength with Tuvok. Okay. Okay, well, success. The display of potential force seems to impress Jabin, who explains that the Ocampa live underground, their access controlled by the caretaker, who also provides their only source of water. As proof, Jabin points to the bruised woman he is holding as a slave, explaining that she is one of the few who have managed to reach the surface, when suddenly Neelix grabs a phaser. He points it at Jabin and demands for the Ocampa girl to be freed. Well, I'm not surprised, of course. This is what happens. Things are getting out of hand, Captain. We should retreat. Appease and carefully withdraw. Secure the retreat with phaser fire. Well, I get some uranium from that, but then it's requiring 50 points and we only have 34, so that's a high chance of issues. So let's just go for the appease and carefully withdraw. I don't know where these 100 points are going. It doesn't seem to add to that one up there. Anyway, the away team raises their hands in a gesture of peace, slowly backing away while choosing the words carefully to calm the angry Kazon. Jabin, though furious at Neelix's impulsive action, recognizes the away team's intelligent attempt to de-escalate the situation. He allows them to retreat, though his eyes burn with anger. Okay, now we get the heart points, the morale points. And we get some geranium. Successful challenges, critical bonuses, total like that. Okay. More than gratitude. Safely back on Voyager, Neelix surprises the rest of the away team as he and the rescued woman kiss passionately. How deep does the relationship between the two go? Well, they kiss. We're not surprised. I'm not surprised anyway. Okay, my dearest Kess, didn't I promise I'd save you? I knew you would come for me, my love. You lied and endangered my crew. This is not how trust is built, Mr. Neelix. Well, I'm gathering he wasn't looking for trust. He was desperate, Captain, but I understand. I want to repay you and your crew for saving me. As Javin said, the access to the underground city is controlled by the caretaker. There's a tunnel, but the caretaker sealed it with a security barrier. We may be able to transport through the barrier if I had the slightest breach. Transporter signal amplifier would be necessary. Excellent idea. Kess, can you help us once we've located the breach? Of course, it's the least I could do. I'm grateful now. What do you know about the caretaker? For generations, he's provided the Ocampo with food, water, energy, and protection from the outside world. Any idea why he does it or where he came from? No, we do have stories and legends about him, but they're just stories and legends. I don't know. I don't care how they met. Ask Kess why she came to the surface. Okay. If it's so dangerous, why did you leave? Strong pull to explore the world beyond the city. I yearn for the freedom to discover new things and learn about myself. We're in charge of a ship. Seeing my people so desperate, so dependent on the caretaker, unable to even think for themselves, it was unbearable. We were once a people who had full command of our mind's abilities. A lesson to be learned. Okay, we have things to do now. Alright, I'm deliberately leaving the relationship one out. Alright, someone get started on that transporter single amplifier, and Kess, we'll go to the sickbay and have you examined. Okay, computer initiate. There we go. Our favorite hologram. The Doctor. With no other options available, Captain Janeway activates Voyager's emergency medical hologram. A shimmering figure materializes in sickbay, ready to provide critical care. Please state the nature of the medical emergency. Doctor, our chief medical officer is dead. You have to take care of sickbay for now and this patient, Kess. There's no need for concern. I'm capable of treating any injury or disease, a broken ulna, a few minor bruises and grazes, nothing I can't handle. You're in the most capable hands, young lady. Holographic hands. Thank you, Doctor. Very kind of you. Expect you to do your best, Doctor. Do my best? Captain, I am programmed for optimal medical care. What else would I do? Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a patient to attend to and a sickbay to reorganize. Okay. Alright, we're still building those emergency quarters. Science lab sounds important, and we can... well, we can't repair that because we don't have enough teams. Alright. Fine. Let's kill some time. Let's go over here and scan that. Okay, I need more of that stuff. Okay, Captain, we've got a major problem brewing down in engineering. Deuterium crit levels are low. Okay, we will stock up on the 500 deuterium. Okay, enter ship. Let's finish those out. Let's get the science lab. Phaser control room should be a good thing too. Let's repair that as well. Been focusing on the geranium because it's how we build stuff. Okay. Science lab finished. Phaser control room finished. Science lab is back online. We can start researching the signal amplifier. Good. So we click that. Transporter signal amplifier. Remaining cycles 3. It is really doing it, right? The zoom is a little bit wonky. Seems like it because it just says abort. Okay, phaser control room is good. Alright. Torpedo launch bay. Deuterium running low is the problem. I guess I'll have one team deal with that ruined room so that we finally have everybody in quarters. And then I don't have any geranium to do anything else. Okay, let's go get the deuterium. Well, first let's get this geranium. Tractor beam. That didn't work out for us. Well, we know that there's some here, but let's do some scans. Some there. Okay, we'll go this way. Okay, transporter signal amplifier. Access the tech tree to research new upgrades. This way you can upgrade rooms or unlock passive bonuses to improve efficiency. Certain technologies first require an upgrade of tier 1 of the tier that's signified by the number 1 of a technological category. Unlocking a new tech costs research points. Okay, research points are produced by active science labs, but can also be gained as rewards from the missions, as we've seen. Okay, blueprints for the signal amplifier are complete. However, to start production, we need to repair the workshop. Okay, let's do that. Okay, the tech tree. Okay, tier 1. We have the shuttle bay research, but we can do other things. So engineering, crew, science, combat, rotate shield frequency, and then Borg, which is a whole thing. There's some Borg heavy stuff around here. Got all 5 tiers of Borg stuff. We're gonna turn into the Borg, aren't we? I mean, it is. Oh, the Bussard collectors are over there. Inspired workforce. Well, that would be nice. Okay, hull reinforcement, plasma torch, small battery compartment. Okay, so our choices is small battery compartment, plasma torch, hull reinforcement, happy crew, inspired workforce. We don't even know what that one is. Crew quarters, proper crew quarters. Or rotates shield frequency or captain's acknowledgement. What is this captain? Increases morale gain after winning a battle. That's okay. Rotating shield frequencies is important for the Borg. Probably not immediate. For our morale, we would want the crew quarters. Just in case there's a fight. But we haven't really seen anything that we need to fight yet, right? Storing energy is a good thing. We've got a fair amount of points. That's 12 cycles, though. Seems like an important decision considering the number of cycles. Clearing ruined rooms gives plus 25% more resources. Could be good. What I want is our power to be more efficient and take less deuterium. High morale threshold. Bonuses are increased by 25%. Active scan navigation we already have. Hydroponics bay. Produces 50 food every 10 cycles. Well, I think food is important. I'm not trusting our current food situation. Okay, I believe in food. That's what we're researching. Don't know if what's on. Oh, I don't know if it's what I'm supposed to be researching, but energy loss report. Uh-oh. Deuterium depleted entering gray zone. Maybe I should have put the batteries in. I thought we had 25. Okay, we better get the deuterium. No more gray. Please eat. Be happy. Oh, I guess we have to turn them all online manually. No life support? Okay, there we go. Gosh, that's harsh. You better keep an eye on the deuterium. Okay, well, hopefully morale didn't go down too much in the meantime. Didn't seem to. Okay, well, sure. Let's get more deuterium. We'll get the geranium on the way back. Okay, workshop repaired. We can start production of the signal amplifier. Well, we should heal life. Well, again, it takes too much by way of resources just yet. We don't have this tritanium. I haven't found tritanium. Okay, the tractor beam wasn't all that great last time. I'll just take this one. Okay. Yeah, I fulfilled the promise, but boy, we'd be in trouble if I didn't. At least I don't have to play a mini game to gather resources like I had to in Mass Effect 2 specifically. The signal amplifier has been completed and is ready for use. It would be wise to make haste back to the Ocampa. Okay. Well, let's not be too hasty. Abandoned vessel. First, I want to get to this Class J planet. For the deuterium. Okay, we researched hydroponics. And let's work on crew morale stuff first before we do... Well, the small battery we saw a need for, so let's do small battery. Well, we only have a few decks to work with, so I should probably clear this one. Easily accessible stuff. Okay. Alright, let's continue the story. Soon we won't have enough crew members to do all the things on the ship with only 50. Captain, we reached our destination. Orders, send away team. Kess. Kess has the diplomatic skills, medical skills, and science skills. Well, her morale will be good with Neelix. Neelix has got huge diplomatic skills, apparently. And then we'll have Tuvok provide more stuff. Upon materializing near the tunnel entrance, a group of Kazon is already there, tinkering with the security barriers in frustration. As soon as they notice the away team, they reach for their weapons but hesitate. "Careful," shouts one of them. "Don't let them butter you up." Captain, the Kazon seem to be more cautious this time, but they are still ready to attack. What are our orders? Show of force? Attempt to negotiate safe passage? Well, we can swing that with all of them. Oh, see, this is what I like. I like not shooting people. Use a transporter module to make a harmless object appear, causing a distraction. That's fancy. Let's just use diplomacy with these two. That's what they're here for. The away team approaches the Kazon and remind them of their previous peaceful interaction. The Kazon, though still suspicious, are persuaded by the diplomatic efforts of the away team and retreat to avoid getting into a firefight. Captain, we reached the tunnel entrance, using the transporter signal amplifier now to find possible breaches in the security barrier. Use the amplifier to locate the breaches, or use the amplifier to locate the breaches. Either we're using engineering or we're using science. Let's use science because we've got more points like that. Okay, the away team deploys the transporter signal amplifier, carefully scanning the barrier for any vulnerabilities. After a tense few minutes, they locate a small breach in the energy field. They successfully transport themselves through the opening and into the tunnel. Beyond the barrier, the tunnel opens into a breathtaking sight. Embedded into a large cavern, a futuristic environment with smooth white walls emerges in front of the away team, glowing in a small white light and littered with patches of green, the Ocampa City. Captain, we're inside the Ocampa City, but it's a maze of streets and chambers. How should we proceed to find Tom and Chakotay? I'll have Kess do it then. Well, success. Kess approaches a group of Ocampa, respectfully asking for assistance in locating the missing Tom and Chakotay. The Ocampa, touched by our concern, eagerly provide directions to a medical facility. The away team eventually finds their crew members, awake but disoriented, surrounded by strange medical equipment. Chakotay instinctively reaches for a weapon before any confrontation can occur. The ground starts to shake violently. Oh darn, we were so close to just being able to walk away. A message from Captain Janeway cuts through the joy of reunion. The caretaker array has apparently repositioned itself and is now firing at the tunnel entrance. We need to get out of here. Okay, lead a team through the collapsing tunnels. Or, if you want the bonus from the geranium, clear a path through any debris or obstacles, and that actually is good. So, let's do that. So, it seems they're not fatigued as long as they don't do anything in the previous turn. That's how it is. The away team clears a path through collapsing tunnels, using their phasers to blast away debris and create safe passage. They dodge falling rocks and collapsing ceilings, ensuring everyone escapes safely. Soon they reach the exit, the security barrier, the only thing standing between them and their escape. Okay. The tremors are interfering with the signal amplifier's focus, Captain. The connection is constantly being interrupted. We can't beam out like this. Stabilize the transporter signal, or if we want a science bonus, analyze the tremors, interference pattern, recalibrate the transporter signal. Well, let's do that since we've got these two. Okay, the team analyzes the tremors interference pattern and quickly recalibrates the transporter signal amplifier to compensate. The transporter signal stabilizes, allowing the away team to lock onto the beam and materialize safely back to Voyager. Okay. Chakotay recruited. Yeah, that's a little bit more difficult. Tom Paris breathes a sigh of relief while Chakotay eyes his Starfleet rescuers with suspicion. The Maquis commander struggles to understand this sudden alliance. No kidding. Captain Chakotay, welcome aboard Voyager. I'm Captain Catherine Janeway. Chakotay will be taking over if there's any drop in morale, by the way, Janeway. He will be leading the mutiny. And Mr. Paris, it's good to have my pilot back. What, no champagne? Not even the... yeah, whatever. I'm Commander Chakotay of the Maquis. Torres, what's going on here? Long story, Chakotay. Short version, we're stuck with Federation sycophants in the Delta Quadrant. And we share a common goal, getting back home. Anything you learned on the planet could help us. Ask if they know why they were sent to Ocampa. Yeah, let's go with that. Caretaker mentioned that you might have what he needs. Can you make sense of that? We woke up covered in scabs. The Ocampa said we were sent away to prevent some kind of plague. Except we weren't sick before. He also mentioned others with the same disease, but they didn't last. They died? I want you both in sickbay now, and don't be spreading that stuff. Captain, their condition is unusual. It appears to be a cellular disruption caused by the introduction of foreign genetic material. Their bodies are rejecting it, rather violently, I might add. They're fortunate a few more days and the cellular disruption would have been fatal. Foreign genetic material for what purpose? An excellent question, Commander. It appears to have been introduced deliberately. Why anyone would want to inject them with incompatible DNA is beyond my comprehension. Prognosis, Doctor? I've already started the treatments. With my expertise, they should make a full recovery. Dominic Caretaker, what have you been up to? There is now enough evidence to form a reasonable hypothesis. By all means, Tuvok. The Caretaker provides for the Ocampa, yet remains on his array. It is logical to assume the provisions arrive through the energy pulses. Oh, typo. That's the only flaw I've seen so far. Double does. They have increased in frequency since our arrival. Now he destroyed the access tunnels. In addition, he frequently mentioned running out of time. The Caretaker has sustained the Ocampa for millennia. Why the sudden urgency? It is illogical. My conclusion is that he does not intend to continue his role as Caretaker, or is unable to. The Doctor's discovery further confirms my hypothesis. The Caretaker is enacting measures to safeguard the Ocampa for as long as possible. However, they will run out of energy eventually, so he seeks a successor, someone who holds the key to their survival. Okay, I believe that the Caretaker is dying. Yep. If he dies, how the hell are we supposed to get home? We have to return to the array before it's too late. Given the Caretaker's reluctance to cooperate, a more assertive approach may be necessary. The Vulcan's right. If that overgrown energy blob won't send us home, we'll blast our way out. Phasers, torpedoes, the whole shebang. I believe a bit of tactical planning is in order. Shields first, then phasers. I've got my shields already. I'm way ahead of you guys. Let's repair and activate the torpedo tube. That's what we're talking about. I already have the phasers and everything. I knew... oh, wait. I've got too many teams already active. That's only one cycle. We need to go back to the other system anyway, right? Well, maybe they want me to repair first. I'll temporarily scan this. Set course. Okay, now I'll start working on the torpedo bay. Oh, I have to finish it up like that. Okay, there we go. Can we get 2 teams working on that? I guess only 1 team can work on it at a time. Can't double the speed by putting both teams on it. It's a nice big room right there. 10 people are still quarterless. They should go in there. Okay, abandoned mining station. Well, let's get repair parts of the mining station to mine some resources. Maybe it'll be alright. Oh, that's a lot of orange. That was staying in the orange. 3 crew got injured. Oh, shoot. Okay, back to the other sector. And let's finally get some extra quarters. Though there's a triple slot, so it would be nicer not to have emergency quarters here. But oh well. How's the science going? I wish if I clicked on science points it would bring me to the tech tree, but I guess fine, different thing. 2 more cycles remaining for the battery. Okay, sector. Gate caretaker. Coming after you. Well, I think I want more proper quarters as a priority. Captain, we reached our destination. Orders. Let's continue. Let's deal with this caretaker. Uh-oh, we got other ships. And a big one. It seems we were expected, Captain. It's the Kazon. The lead ship is hailing us. We're probably not calling to chat. I'll have our Maquis Raider manned. You'll have support if this turns into a fight, Captain. Excellent idea, but let's see what the Kazon have to say first. We've been nice to them. Back for more, are you? Don't think your silk tongue will work this time. Okay, fine. All we care about is getting home, Javin. We will beam over to the array and see if we can arrange that. Oh, I'm sure you have another fancy speech prepared for the entity, but I won't allow it. We have no dispute with you. Of course not. You'd rather talk your way into getting what you want. This is absurd. We have no intention of challenging you. Not as gullible as you think. The array's power is mine. Javin, we can discuss this like 2 civilized. He's disconnected, Captain. They're powering up their weapons. Battle stations. Okay, well, it was inevitable. Each combat encounter, you may choose up to 3 heroes to utilize their specific strengths and abilities. Click on the plus symbols to select new heroes. Okay, so we definitely overpower them, but might as well give it a good margin. So, warp core overcharge, Maquis maneuver, coordinated attack, rousing speech. No, we've already covered the speech thing doesn't work. Evasive maneuvering. Well, I mean, we have to have a pilot and telepathic attack. That would be fancy. Shield hacking. We don't need a warp core overcharge because we're not going to warp, right? Well, but they could power our weapons like that, so shield hacking. Let's do some shield hacking, maybe? Or should we just do warp core overcharge? We'll try shield hacking, that's fair enough. Okay, go for it. Voyager will fight semi-autonomously. Phasers will be fired automatically, torpedoes manually. You control the ship by opening the command menu and deciding how to approach the enemy. Combat paused. Complete tutorial steps to continue. Which tutorial steps? Status, objective, Orders, okay, maybe... No? Order your ship to try to attack and defend a side, either defensive or offensive movement. Fleeing requires enemy engines to be damaged, while surrendering costs resources as a form of payment. You can also repair damaged subsystems. Proceed to offensive movement. Okay, offensive actions. Weapons. Toggle pause. Okay, so I think mostly it's like Star Trek Online at this point. In battle, the hero's abilities can be activated either by selecting them with the mouse or by pressing the number keys. So that's also like in Star Trek Online. Blue countdown indicates that the ability is activated, while a white countdown shows that a cooldown time until the ability is ready for use again. So for more detailed information about the effect of the abilities, hover over the respective image with the mouse. Yep, normal. So go ahead, do that. Oh, stop interrupting me. Torpedoes have to be fired manually, shift key or left trigger on the controller. They are very powerful weapons, causing great damage to those systems and hull. However, their effect is negligible against shields, so make sure you fire from the right angle. Enemy shields destroyed, so that's good. Okay, coming around. What about the other two ships? Oh, left shift. Okay. Oh, they've got none. Oh, that's the torpedo or not torpedo? No. Oh, combat result win. That was a little bit anticlimactic. That went better than expected. Our raider is still in good shape. I'll keep close by just in case more Kazon decide to show up. You're a strong captain, but there is strength in numbers. I have called for reinforcement. This array will be mine. Gosh darn it. Then I guess we don't have much time. Hail the array. Oh, they missed a T there. So, some typos. We'll have to fix. Well, aren't you persistent? We need you to send us back where we came from. Impossible. I've barely enough strength to complete my work. I must protect the Akampa. If I don't, the Kazon will steal their water. They won't be able to survive. Well, let's try the you must let go. Did you ever consider allowing the Okampa to care of themselves? They're children. Children grow up, they need challenges. Maybe the Okampa are stronger than you think. Send us home, darn it. You dragged us into this. You need to send us. Captain Jabin was bluffing. His reinforcements have arrived. You could try to access the array's systems to transport us to the Alpha Quadrant, Captain. No, I'm fading. Time is up. If you leave, the array will be left to the Kazon. They will annihilate the Okampa. You must destroy it. Don't listen to him. We'll be stranded. Please, protect the Okampa. What is right and what is easy? The caretaker fades away, collapsing into an inert crystalline form. Janeway is now faced with an impossible choice. Return home to the Alpha Quadrant, leaving the Okampa defenseless, or sacrifice Voyager's return to ensure their safety. The clock is ticking. He's gone. So, does the game end if I go back to the Alpha Quadrant? I've got to check, right? I mean, I'm curious. I'm pretty much at the end of this episode, I think, so, I mean, protecting the Okampa would violate the Prime Directive. Darn straight. You gotta love when the Prime Directive is conveniently, you know, invoked like that. My responsibility is to this crew. Access the control system, so we're going home. They deserve a chance to live. I thought you were the one who said that we need to go home. Or maybe that was Alana. But follow through. I'm curious. I mean, what can I say? Access the primary control systems, Captain. Transit program initiated. Array is ready. Engage. Homeward bound. Makes the call. Voyager will return home. Tuvok activates the caretaker's technology and a blinding white light engulfs the ship. Certainly hangs in the air. Will it work? Will they make it back? Time seems to freeze. Voyager materializes in the Alpha Quadrant. The familiar stars are a welcome sight, but the joy of returning home quickly fades as Starfleet and Maquis meet eyes. Just moments ago, they were allies, united by a common goal. Now back in familiar territory, the reason for their alliance has vanished. You actually made it. You abandoned the Okampa, Janeway. You left them to the Kazon, now a powerful enemy preying on the weak, just like the Cardassians. If you remember, the only reason you and I formed this alliance was to get our people home safely. Now we're back to being enemies, is that it? You're gonna hand us over to Starfleet? I'm a bit of a rebel, that's fine. We've been through a lot, I can't ignore that. Now, if you'll just excuse me, I'm going to make a full report to Starfleet Command about how the Maquis regrettably evaded our attempts to apprehend them. When I return to the bridge, I trust you and your crew will have made yourself scarce. Get out of here. Scram. Consider this a parting gift. Breach of Starfleet Protocol. Well, probably so was the... I mean, I don't know about the Prime Directive part of it, but... we've been doing a lot of unconventional things because I felt like it, so, you know. Logic dictates that they should be held accountable for their crimes. Value compassion over logic. We owed it to them. No, we owed it to them. They helped us get Harry back. They fought alongside us against the Kazon. Without them, we wouldn't have made it back home. They saved my life. What they did in the past doesn't matter. Won't complain about their help either, but the thought of going back to New Zealand, not exactly my idea of a happy ending. Maybe you could pull a few strings for me with Starfleet Command? Yeah, sure. A certain pilot with your unique skills might find a place for himself on Voyager sooner than anything. Like right now? Okay, I'll show Starfleet what this pilot extraordinaire can do. Come to an end. Mr. Paris set a course for Starfleet headquarters. We have to go all the way back to Starfleet headquarters? Okay, so if that's what you do, it ends right there, like that. But that's the end of the demo. I don't know, maybe they'll have an Alpha Quadrant version if you make that choice. Or maybe it's possible that the whole game starts completely differently outside of the demo. Like, they'll start you a little bit later in the story or something like that. Or maybe that's just game end at that point. I don't know. I'll leave you folks to figure out what happens if you take the choice that Janeway actually takes and saves the Okampa, etc. For now, I will leave it here. So with that, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please do press like. If you have any comments or suggestions, please leave them in the comment section below. And I'll see you next time.